Juuzou, Suzuya. Go ahead, sing with me now. Juuzou. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. This chapter though, man, just seeing my boy back, looking mad sprightly and whatnot, mad sprightly. Got the black hair going in with the new look. I love it. I absolutely love it. And for those that don't know, I mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. This appearance is taken from the one-shot Joker. And I love the way that Ishida just, kind of overlaps things within his universe, because it's all basically the same universe, so it's well within his power to do so, and I really love it. I really love it, and it really emphasizes the time skip by, altering his appearance to this state and everything like that, so I love it. I actually absolutely love the look, and he's just the same good old Juuzou that we know and love. He's the same good old Juuzou for the most part. It seems like he's matured. He looks mad sprightly, like I said. He has a spring in his step. He's kind of hopping around and whatnot. So I'm wondering what's up with the prosthetic. Is it what I said years ago with the Arata prosthetic? Are they going that route? Because, Arata suits were the biggest thing back in the day. They were the hot shit back in the day 3 years ago in the Tokyo Ghoul universe. Now you got the Quinky squad running around and them being more interested, the CCG being more interested in Kano's research and, ghoulizing human beings, but Arata's dude still a big thing, in my opinion. I'm sure we'll see it again, and I'm wondering if that's the case. What's up with his prosthetic? Because it looks like he has a spring in his step, like he hasn't lost a step, and he can still go in like a baller. And I just love seeing the relationship that he's formed with Sasaki, aka Kaneki. I don't know what I'm supposed to. As long as he maintains the Sasaki persona, I'm just gonna call him Sasaki, because it's annoying to say both names every time. And also, this review won't be too long. I won't go too in depth, just because for the sake of time, I don't have that much time. I'm sorry about that. I wish I could, but anyway, let's get into it. This chapter, first of all, Urie. Still scheming like a little bitch, man. All the panels where we see him, he's like, oh, Shirazu, he's looking tired, he's looking irritated, my plan is working out. But I'm just like, oh my god, you're such a prick, Urie. You're so annoying. You're so fucking annoying. I feel so bad for Shirazu. Honestly, Saiko needs to change her ways just a little bit, because if you're gonna put Shirazu in this position, because I love Shirazu just as much, he's my second favorite Quinky. Like I said, when I consider Quinkies, I do not put Kaneki, Sasaki in that mixture. But I love Shirazu, and I feel bad that he's getting put on the spot like this. And Urie, you're jeopardizing the investigation just for your own personal ends and making Shirazu look bad. Honestly, you have him knocking over cups because he's all sleep deprived and irritated and whatnot. Alerting Nutcracker to their presence and everything like that. You're putting the investigation in danger just because you want to make Shirazu look bad and, by extension, make yourself look good. Such a fucking prick, man. He's crusty, man. He's fucking crusty. He goes in, but he's crusty. And then, I still fucking love Saiko. I still love her, even though she's kind of just snoozing all the time, doing absolutely nothing, putting Shirazu in a tight spot. I still love her. Honestly, I hope she kind of gets herself together a little bit. I don't know what Shirazu can do, but if he does, he's going to shut down Urie's plan. Saiko and him will get to shine, and that's exactly what I want. And I have a feeling, I really do, because I already love Saiko's personality, and, it's just an extension of her personality that Shirazu's getting fucked over like this, and I feel bad, and I wish that she wouldn't be like this in this certain scenario, but I love it overall, and I know that when it comes time for the battles, she's gonna go in. I just feel it. I feel it deep down that she's gonna go in like a beast, and I'm excited for that. I really am excited for that. Next thing in this chapter, just a glimpse on the last page. Tsukiyama, I cannot wait. He's looking mad disheveled, he's looking mad depressed, he looks like a shadow of his former self, which we already suspected, thinking back to chapter 143 of part 1, and how broken he was. I already saw that, but we see Chie, we see Kanye, and they're kind of discussing Tsukiyama, and I believe that's him in that little bottom panel on the side. Just look, he's like, Kanye, what is this one? I think he's referring to the article of Sasaki Kaneki's clothing that Chie obtained for him. And I'm just really, I feel heavily that we're gonna go see, Tsukiyama next chapter, and I cannot wait. Getting back to the Nutcracker investigation and Juuzou and everything, I want somebody to confirm 100% for me, like in the comments, please somebody mention it, whether or not Juuzou has a relationship with this Nutcracker, whether this Nutcracker individual, because we see the full appearance now for the most part, kind of shrouded up in the face area, but is this the same person that fucked Juuzou up, as a euphemistic term, back in the day? Personally, it doesn't match up for me. I went back and looked, like, 2 weeks ago or so, back when it first came up, and I was like, maybe, and I looked into it, and I was like, I can't really tell at this point. We don't have enough info, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, it doesn't really align. I believe that there's no connection in terms of that, but somebody please confirm it, because it could very well be, but it doesn't seem like Juuzou harbors any animosity. If I remember correctly, everyone was dealt with via that whole thing. But Nutcracker has a relationship to Madame A and everything like that. So I'm really curious. I'm not sure what is going on there. Somebody, I don't have the time to go look, and somebody confirm it for me. But great chapter, seeing the relationship that's developed between Kaneki / Sasaki and Juuzou, which makes perfect sense to me over the years. Juuzou always kind of had an affinity towards Kaneki, even in part 1 when they first met and everything like that. And it's really interesting to see them all friendly. Like, Kaneki has the snacks for him in his pocket, just kind of reach in there, grab them out and whatnot. Just seeing that whole interaction was really great. And not much development in this chapter outside of that. Just great progression, kind of getting into the Nutcracker investigation, seeing my boy Juuzou, getting some hints at Tsukiyama. We got that beautiful color page at the beginning, for season 2, hype up Urie. And last thing I want to talk about really quickly is Urie going to Sasaki and talking about how he wants to, break through the level that he's at now with his Kagane and go to the next level. I forgot the F types, what F5 through F1 and everything, the levels. He wants to do the experiment to, have access to more of his Kagane. And Sasaki's kind of referencing his role in trying to, mentor them, because he is the true, half Ghoul in this sense, and he knows how to use it to the full extent. He wants to, prevent them from becoming straight up guinea pigs of the CCG, which is what he says. And that references something that I'm thinking about, like, Shirazu's talking about Saiko, and them not telling Saiko that, they're covered for life, basically, through their contract and everything. Bullshit. CCG just wants to manipulate them, wants to use them to test this type of, genetic manipulation. And once they're done with them, they're going to wash their hands of them. They're going to just murk them and lay them out to dry. They don't give a shit about them. So barring Akira and, maybe even Arima, some of the higher people with a good amount of authority at this point that I could see actually caring about them, Washu, old man Washu, that man is ruthless. That dude is ruthless. I doubt he's going to give a shit about them. I doubt he's going to honor that in any way, shape, or form. They're dead if they try and leave. They're dead if they don't pull their own weight at the end of the day. And for the most part, the scientists at CCG just want to use this as a test to see if they can fully develop this kind of quinky, experimenting, fully, utilize Dr. Kano's research to its full effect. So I'm really interested to see how it goes. I want to see the confirmation of what's going on with Juuzou's prosthetic at some time, whether it is the Arata suit that I called out back in the day or something new. Really interested to see more about Nutcracker, who Nutcracker could potentially be in terms of, is it related to Juuzou or not, or is this just a completely new person? I believe it's just a new person, but I could be wrong with the relationship with Madame A, with the gourmet club and everything like that. And is Tsukiyama involved with the gourmet club at this point? I mean, it seems like he's just completely disheveled. Only person he's interacting with is Kanye, but I'm hyped to see him back, man. We've pretty much gotten all my favorite characters back at this point. Just missing, like, Uta and Amon, and we'll be good. We'll be golden for the most part. There's more, but those two I just need, and then we'll be straight. But let me know your thoughts on this chapter. I wish I could go more in depth, but I gotta end here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'm out. Juuzou for the motherfucking win. I can't wait to see Tsukiyama. Peace.